Hey guys, this is a continuation to my Assassin's Creed 4 multiplayer options tutorial for interfaces, and I will be going more in depth into game mode presentation, crosshair brightness, and persistence time. Um, I actually need to show this in real time in an actual match to show you what it actually does. I personally like to leave game mode presentation off, and I will show you why in a little bit. But in this case, I'm going to leave it on for you guys to do a compare and contrast. So I'm going to start a match with game mode presentation. So, game mode presentation. You'll notice that when this match starts, if you can call it a match, there will be like a HUD that pops up. There will be like about 3 to 2 images explaining my objective of what I'm playing. And that's game mode presentation. It kind of gives you a mini basic tutorial of how to play the game mode. And I have it on.
Find them amongst the lookalikes, then kill them. Your objective is to reach your target.
You'll see right here. It says reach, be careful, kill. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much that game mode presentation, that's what it does. When you leave it on, it has that little presentation of what to do, a mini tutorial of the game mode that you're playing. It's especially helpful for new players, especially if they have not played the other installments before. However, I like to leave it off because it creates too much clutter, and I will show you why. But before I go back to game mode presentation, I will show you the other options. I'll leave it on again. Alright, crosshair brightness. I leave on 10 as a personal preference. You'll see why I leave it on as 10. I'm going to turn it to 0 right now. Notice how in the center of my screen the crosshair is supposed to be there? It's non-existent when you leave on 0. It's pretty much invisible. And that can be a problem. Of course I know where the center of the screen is, but this is not exactly the best thing for aiming. I'm not sure if you can turn this off and on and off in the game lab, though, but it would be very interesting to do it. But in the end, it's not that much of a big of a difference, but I personally like to leave the crosshairs on. If you leave on 5, you'll see it. You'll see it. I believe 5 is the default. You'll see the crosshair. Now you see the circle. It's a lot easier. And then when you're locking on or holding on to it, you'll see the crosshair change a little bit. I personally like to leave on 10, so it stands out a lot. It really does not bother my vision or my gameplay, so I see no problem with it. So I leave it back on 10. I'm pretty sure by now you can see the difference. Persistence time. Okay, so persistence time is if you want to see a quick scoreboard. You can press kind of like the select button, and you'll see the mini scoreboard. You also see your abilities. You can hold select and hold O to change your ability sets. But if you press select, see now on my settings, I put it as 1.5, so I press select once. It'll save for 1.5 seconds. Now, persistence time allows you to tinker with that. You can extend the time, or you can make the time shorter. The default settings, I believe, is 1 second, or it was half a second. That was a little bit too short for me. I need a little bit more time to look at the scoreboard. See, if you leave on 0.5 seconds, you'll probably see a big difference in that. Yeah, it's not enough time for me to read more than one person's score, which I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend that. But if it's not your kind of thing, and you don't look at the mini scoreboard, then it shouldn't cause that big of a problem. You can even leave on 0, so it just doesn't come up, I guess, if you press the select button by accident. The maximum is 3. I did not know that. So let's see how long 3 takes. It's probably 2 times longer than mine, since I can do math. It stays for a pretty good amount of time. I don't remember how long it was in Assassin's Creed 3 in the previous installments, but I believe it's about 1.5 seconds, because that was the time I was comfortable with when I tinkered it on the first day I played this game. Yeah, so I'll set this back to however I like it. Just play around with it, see how you like it. It's all personal preference, that's why it's in the options and the interface settings. The creators were very nice with us this time around with the options. Although there are some changes made to AC4 multiplayer that I did not like, I will have to admit that I really like these options. Now, I'm going to go into other game modes and show you the game mode presentation for different game modes. But, as you know, if you pretty much know what I'm talking about, I guess you don't really have to watch the rest of this video, because I'm just going to be showing you different game mode presentations. And this is it, actually. Deathmatch is the game mode that is what really kills game mode presentation. Because when you start Deathmatch, and it's the very beginning, you might have people trying to rush in for a first blood kill, and since everyone's close by, you might be able to find your target extremely fast, and you can kill them before they even have a chance to act. So, in game mode presentation, you'll see this. You'll see that the HUD is right there, but it kind of disrupts your vision in front of you. And see, I just got killed. Right there. And he got a first blood. See, I was running, looking for where my target was, and since the game mode presentation was just in my face, I couldn't see where my pursuer was. And that can really kill you. Now, if you play any of the game modes, you'll notice that every interface for every game mode is different. Unless if you play, Game Lab. Yeah, but you'll notice in Deathmatch, it looks different from Wanted because there's no compass at all. So you wouldn't be confused by that. Every game mode has a different interface. Deathmatch has no compasses, so you can immediately spot that out. You can easily tell it's a free-for-all match just by looking at the scoreboard. That's why I said leave it on. Deathmatch has no compass. Wanted has a compass. It has a regular compass. Assassinate has the unique compass where it's just not full. It's just kind of like an outlined compass. And Manhunt, if you're playing as the prey side, you'll see a fist, meaning for stuns. And if you're playing as the hunters in Manhunt, then you'll see a sword icon, which means that you're in the side of the team where you have to go and kill. And Domination has a different game score meter also, because it has a meter that's slowly fills up towards your opponent's side or your side in Domination. So you can easily differentiate that. If you're playing Wolfpack, well, the scoreboard looks totally different. Like, you know, you get the points to reach a new sequence. That's only exclusive to Wolfpack. See, now, you'll notice in Artifact Assault, they have the little artifact icons. So, that's the only mode that has that. It's exclusive. And that's pretty much it.